Hi guys, and welcome to Dean's Den. Today's topic is education. A lot of detailers don't talk about their educational background. I just want to put this forward that it is important for the simple fact the more experience you have and the more education you have, the easier it is to deal with day-to-day things that come up in your business. When I first started out in detailing and I took a job at a dealership, my first boss was astounded that I actually went to college. And that bothered me because I thought to myself, why would you think that? Why wouldn't you think that I'm educated? Now, whether you have a high school diploma or you have a college degree or you have a university education, it doesn't matter. That's not my point. It's not about papers. What it is that I'm trying to put forward is if you pick certain things that will help you run your business, like business, any kind of mechanical course to help you fix your equipment. These are different things that can help you. Even something as simple as psychology. Now, I'm not saying to get a degree in psychology. What I'm saying is if you take a basic psychology course, you'd be amazed at how well it helps you. Every little bit of education you get, you're actually going to use it in detailing whether you realize it or not. Even math, science, all these different things, we don't realize we're using it every day. Chemistry, for instance, we know how chemicals react with different surfaces, how they react with metals. We know how to fix our equipment. These are different things that you learn either as you go, which is tough to learn by trial and error, or you have some kind of education. If there's something that you're struggling with, at least now you have the opportunity. You don't really have to go to college for that. You can reach out to the internet and you can learn a lot of stuff on your own. If you self-educate yourself through the internet and go to legitimate places to learn, but I'm just saying, if you learn more about your business, more about running the business, the marketing aspect of it, there's a lot of different things you can learn about. These things will help you run your business a lot easier and take a lot of pressure and stress off of you. I'm not recommending anybody goes the same route I did, and I'm not bragging. I'm just putting it out there so that I give you guys proof that I actually know what I'm talking about. I actually was in college for 15 years. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I started off when I was 20 years old and I thought I knew everything. I went to school. I went to college right out of high school. I took introductory to business. I figured I really don't like this. I got out of it after a year. I never dreamt in a million years that that education that I received in that year would be the cornerstone of my career. I had no idea that was going to happen. I didn't want to be an accountant. I didn't want to be a bookkeeper. I didn't want to be a marketing analyst. I didn't want to be any of these things. But that little bit of education that I got in that 1 year fell right into my lap when I needed it the most. When I first started this business, it helped me so much. When I started off 31 years ago as a detailer, a lot of people kept discouraging me because this isn't a real job. It's not a real job. I went back to school. I took small engine repair. That was a 2-part course that I did really well in, and that helps me fix my equipment because the small engine repair, believe it or not, it came in really handy with fixing my compressor, my power washer, different things I have around the shop. Going back to high school, I took automotive for 4 years. And I took tech, electrical, woodworking, machine shop. All these things that I was taking, I didn't realize that I'd actually end up using it later on in the future. When I was working at a mold shop, I went back to college again. I took mold making, took that for a year. I took electronics for 3 years, got my certification in that. Then I finally decided to get a degree in something. So I went back to school, and my intention was to get a degree just to open doors for me so I could get into a full-time job somewhere. A lot of the factories at the time would only take you if you had a degree. They'd only hire you full-time if you had a degree. So I looked through the pamphlet from the college and I thought, realistically, what could I complete? I came across this animation course, and it was a 3-year course that would give you an advanced degree, and I thought, I can do that. I can draw. I've always been able to draw. So I thought, well, this will be a piece of cake. I had no idea that you're sitting in class 14 hours a day, drawing all day long. I was a 40-year-old man sitting in a classroom full of 20-year-olds getting my degree. When I first took this, I never thought I would use it. realistically, I was just using it to get a piece of paper in my pocket to open doors for me. I had no idea that I would actually use the animation that I took in school. I was in a gaming company that I formed with two friends of mine for a year, and we actually produced a video game. I don't want to get off track here, but the thing is, the whole time I've been doing all this education, the whole time that I've been trying all these different avenues, the mold shop, working at the casino, working at different dealerships, working at Black Sea Studios, I was detailing the whole time. The funny thing is, all these different courses that I took actually helped me be a better detailer and manage my business properly and do editing and stuff for my business. Even my podcast, I know how to do the sound editing because I took animation. I actually taught photo enhancement at one point too while I was at the studio. I've done different things, but my main point here is, believe it or not, with detailing, every bit of education that you had previously is going to help you in this field. Whether it's hands-on stuff or just things you learn about people, there's so many different things that you don't even realize you're using every day in detailing. There's so many different aspects to detailing. Dealing with the customer, dealing with the money, dealing with the actual vehicles themselves. I mean, if I didn't have automotive background, it would have made it really tough for me when I get in a spot, when something breaks on a car or there's something I can't get to or figure out how to take apart. That education comes in very handy. So what I'm telling you is, education is very, very important in this business. So whether you're going to college, university, or just learning it on the internet, it's so important because the more things you're able to learn, even if you're self-educating, the better off you are. I sat on my butt for a month and watched YouTube from other detailers and learned a lot of stuff from other detailers. It's so important. Education is not a joke. If people think that you don't have an education because you're a detailer, they're the ones that need to be schooled, not us. Because believe me, there's a lot of things that you have to know to properly run a business. And if you find there's any aspect of your business that is struggling, all the information is there for you. You just have to reach out to YouTube, Google, whatever it takes. I mean, go back to school if you want to go back to school. But I'm just saying, even there's different options. You can go to night school. You can take a couple of courses here and there. If there's something that's you're really struggling with in your business, try and get some education on it. Reach out to other people in detailing groups. Go on YouTube. Learn as much as you can. Do whatever you can, because what you don't know can hurt you and it hurts your business. So I'm telling you, I went to school for 15 years after high school. That education helps me to be a good detailer. I'm not the best, okay? There's a lot of guys out there that are 10 times better than I am, but my point is, every little bit of that education helped me. Now, could I have gotten a lot of it through YouTube and through Google? Of course I could. Either way, I learned all these things because I went to school and I was taught. So whether I had to go to school or I had to learn it on the internet, it is important. Don't turn away from education, because even if you're self-educating yourself, it is very important. If you're struggling with something, deal with it, because what you don't deal with is going to come back to haunt you in the future. It's going to prevent you from making money. It's going to prevent you from promoting your business and growing your business. These are things you need to know. Even if you go online and learn just about personal finance, it's so important. You need to learn how to deal with them, how to deal with the customers. It's not just how to deal with the detailing of the car. You have to deal with the customer and you have to deal with the money. Because if you don't deal with those things, those are going to be the weak spots in your business, and your business is going to become a house of cards. And one day it's just going to crumble. Because if you don't have enough education, like I said, whether it's self-education or you go to school for it, it doesn't matter. If you don't have the information at hand to help you make the decisions that you need to make and help you handle different situations, you're going to struggle all the time. I hope this was very helpful to everybody out there, especially those guys that are struggling, because I didn't just walk into this field from nowhere. I actually had a lot of education. I've been doing this 31 years. Like I said, while I was in school, while I was working all these different jobs, trying to better myself, I was just doing detailing as a side thing, trying to find myself. myself. And once I realized, you know what, I am a detailer, and I put my passion where my heart was, all of a sudden I'm doing well. Believing in yourself is part of it, but education sure helps a hell of a lot, especially if you want to be a professional detailer. So I really hope this helps you guys, and I really hope you guys can move forward and have a fantastic year from here on out. I hope the following years are fantastic for you, and I hope all your family is benefiting from your knowledge. So if you ever need any help, you can always reach out to me. You can reach out to my Detailers Guild group, or you can reach out to other groups. There's a lot of fantastic groups out there, and I promote them all the time. I'm not the only game in town. So if you can't find the answers in my group, then by all means, search other groups, get the information that you need to better yourself and make a lot of money, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to support our families here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know this one was a little lengthy, but it is extremely important that you guys take this seriously, all right? Best of luck to everybody out there, and I hope you guys have a fantastic 2021. Like always, check out DJ Del. You can find Del right here, or you can also find Del at mixcloud.com/DJDel523. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed this. Bye.